Hey there, fellow educators. Welcome back to Solutions Teaching Strategies. You know that feeling when you're drowning in lesson plans and grading and staying current with educational research feels like trying to drink from a fire hose? Yeah, I see you nodding your head. We've all been there. Well, what if I told you that summer reading could be your secret weapon for handling every classroom challenge that comes your way? I'm not talking about becoming a better teacher, though you absolutely will. I'm talking about falling in love with teaching all over again. Here's the thing though, most of us approach summer reading completely wrong. We create these massive, overwhelming reading lists. Then we beat ourselves up when we don't get through them all. Sound familiar? But what if there was a better way? What if just 2 to 3 strategically chosen books, read with intention and active engagement, could transform your entire teaching practice? Today, we will dive in to why most educators approach summer reading all wrong and the simple strategy that transforms overwhelming book lists into genuine classroom breakthroughs. I'm talking about higher job satisfaction, an expanded teaching toolkit, and the confidence to try innovative strategies that actually work. Think of this as your refreshing oasis in the desert of endless lesson planning and grading. Because here's what I know to be true: your students deserve a teacher who never stops learning and growing. And honestly, you deserve the satisfaction that comes from mastering your craft. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's talk about how to make this summer's reading count. This is Solutions Teaching Strategies, the podcast that extends education beyond the classroom. A show that isn't just theory, but practical, try it tomorrow approaches for educators and caregivers to ensure every student finds their spark and receives the support they need to thrive. Welcome to Solutions Teaching Strategies Summer Series. This is the podcast that helps educators thrive. I'm your host, Olivia Wall, and today we're talking about one of the most valuable ways to spend your summer break: diving into educational books and research to refresh your practice for the new school year. Whether you're a veteran teacher or just starting out, staying current with educational research isn't just about professional learning. It's also about reigniting your passion for teaching and discovering new ways to reach every student who walks through your door in September. Let's be honest, during the school year, finding time to read the latest educational research can feel impossible between lesson planning, grading, and everything else on your plate. When you read about what's working in classrooms around the world, you're essentially expanding your own teaching toolkit. So, what to read? I see 3 essential categories. First, classroom management and student engagement. Look for books that address the evolving needs of today's students. Second, subject specific pedagogy. Whether you teach elementary math or high school literature, there are researchers constantly uncovering better ways to help students grasp complex concepts. Math teachers might explore work on mathematical mindsets. English teachers could dive into the latest research on literacy instruction. A third category for me is educational technology and innovation. We all know the landscape of educational technology continues evolving rapidly. Even if you're not a tech teacher, understanding how digital tools can enhance learning rather than distract from it is crucial for modern educators. But here's the thing about educational research: it doesn't have to be dry academic papers. Start with practitioner friendly books that translate research into actionable strategies. There are so many authors that excel at making complex research digestible for busy teachers. You could consider joining online communities where educators discuss their summer reading, blue sky hashtags like teacher reading, or platforms like Goodreads. They have active educator groups sharing recommendations and insights. So let's create your summer reading plan. Don't overwhelm yourself with an unrealistic reading list. Choose 2 to 3 books that genuinely interest you. Maybe one addresses a challenge you faced last year, Another could explore a teaching method you've been curious about. And the third could focus on understanding your students better. Make sure to set a comfortable pace, maybe 20 to 30 minutes of reading daily, or designate specific days for your educational reading. The goal isn't to rush through books, but to absorb ideas that will genuinely impact your teaching. You could keep a teaching journal as you read, where you jot down strategies you want to try or questions that arise, or connections to your own classroom experiences. This level of active engagement with the material makes it more likely you'll remember and implement what you learn. Just like we ask our students to annotate their reading, you're doing the same thing. And let's pause because the real magic happens when you bridge the gap between theory and practice. As you read, constantly ask yourself, how could this work with my students? Or what would I need to modify for my classroom context? Consider planning 1 or 2 pilot sessions based on your summer reading to try during the first month of school. Having concrete plans helps ensure your reading doesn't just sit on the shelf, but actively improves your teaching. Your summer reading becomes even more powerful when you can discuss it with colleagues. Consider starting a book club with fellow teachers, either in person or virtually. Even informal conversations about what you're learning can spark new insights and keep you accountable to your professional growth. It's good to remember that many authors and educational researchers are active on social media platforms. Don't hesitate to engage with their content or ask questions. You might be surprised by how accessible many educational thought leaders are to practicing teachers. Remember, investing in your professional learning during the summer isn't just about becoming a better teacher, though you certainly will. It's about reigniting your enthusiasm for education, discovering new perspectives, and approaching the new school year with fresh energy and ideas. When September arrives and you're implementing a new strategy you learned about over the summer, or when you handle a challenging situation with confidence because you've expanded your understanding of student behavior, you'll be grateful for the time you've invested in professional reading. Your students deserve a teacher who continues growing and learning, and you deserve the satisfaction that comes from mastering your craft. Summer reading for educators isn't homework, it's an investment in your professional fulfillment and your students' success. Take some time this week to identify one book that calls to you and start there. Your journey of professional growth continues one page at a time. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Scholutions Teaching Strategies. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep reading. Take care. Scholutions Teaching Strategies is created, produced, and edited by me, Olivia Wall. Thank you to my older son, Benjamin, who created the music playing in the background. You can follow and listen to Scholutions wherever you get your podcasts, or subscribe to never miss an episode and watch on YouTube. Now I'd love to hear from you. Send me an email at scholutionspodcast@gmail.com. Let me know what 2 or 3 books you're excited to read this summer and try implementing when September comes around. Don't forget to tune in every Monday and Friday this summer for mini episodes filled with tips and ideas that will help you prepare for September while still resting and rejuvenating this summer. See you soon for another tip, and until then, enjoy the sunshine and take care.